From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Off play action. Lacey. And his throw is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Lacey flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Lacey. It's caught. Here's Langford. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lacey. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Lacey hit. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it.
And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 15.
Now Etienne to start the drive.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
On play action, Lawrence.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Lacy. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, a quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Lacy. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. He'll get it inside the 20. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency, get to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball.
Back to throw. Lacy. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. He's at the 40. 20. 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Devon Hamilton with the tackle. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Jacksonville would give them the season series. Off the play fake. Lacy. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Throwing on first down. Lacy escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw. Lacy going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw again. It's complete to Langford.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have got it back to within a score.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
57's Mike. Mike 57. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Say it. 57's the Mike. Mike 57. Target. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lacy to the right side, complete to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Off play action. Lacy. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Let's go. Let's do this. Ready? You got this, man. You got this, man. 48 smart. 48 smart. Check 31. Check 31.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw on 2nd down. Lacy got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. On 1st down, Lacy. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Being chased out left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
On 1st and 10, Lacey. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Lacey. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On 4th down, Lacey. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57.
And they'll go again with ETN to about the 35, 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
57's Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Lawrence on 3rd down.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 42. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Let's go, Hattie. Everyone, what you got? What you got, Hattie? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. 57's the mic. Mike 57. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 85 yards.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing on first down. Lacey. And, now it's out. Langford loses the football. And the Jags grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second in a couple.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles. And the ball is knocked out. And the Jags grab it. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They go play action now. Lawrence. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position, When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So out comes Justin Rohrwasser in the field goal unit.
From the left hash, this from 37.
Rohrwasser's kick is good.
And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw on third down, Lacy eluding the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Lacy. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Lacy. Under pressure, they got him again. Trayvon Walker in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lacy, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Colts are right back in this football game. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off play action. Lacy. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Colts have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, 72 yards. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Lacey. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lacey. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On first down, Lacey. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Back to throw, Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Jags, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly